What's happening? Welcome back to the Past Alive. Thank you all for tuning in. And tonight, we are heading back to the year 1992, and we are going to savagely tear into a hobby box of FLEER Ultra. This is the first series, a release that I feel like was kind of premium back in 92, especially compared to the previous year of FLEER Ultra and the debut year of FLEER Ultra, which was very bland and just kind of overall junk. Well, now we have the second coming of FLEER Ultra, and we have lots of foil on every single one of these cards, and we're chasing after insert cards just like we did back in 92. But more importantly, Series 1, you have a chance to pull an autographed Tony Gwynn insert card. He numbered 2,000 of them. It's a 10-card insert set, and we're chasing after his autograph, as well as some of the other award winners that can be found in here. The first series is 300 cards. We have the likes of Griffey, Rifkin, Maddox, Thomas. We may see come forth and herald in this rip 92 Ultra. You see on the front we have a Clemens insert. Big rookies in 92. We have Pat Listash. You won't find him in Series 2, or Series 1, I mean, he's in Series 2. The only rookie in Series 1 is that of Ray Sanchez. I know you can all rejoice. We may see a Ray Sanchez rookie in this box. We have 4 participants: Alton, Mikey G, Jason W, and Nick West. So the 4 of you, this is actually a free rip. I'm probably going to do more of these coming up in the future. Free rips, just boxes that really aren't too expensive. You can grab a box of 92 Ultra, a Series 1 for between 20 and 30 bucks these days, so there's nothing too crazy. The Gwynn autographs range from $30 to over 100, and they are embossed, stamped with a FLEER seal. Jason W in the hot seat first. Let us get into it. And we got Mike Willaris in the house. It's Happy Tuesday, my my fellow cult members. Mike, what's going on, man? Always a pleasure to have you here, as well as the rest of the cult members for TPIA. You guys freaking rule. Appreciate you, Mike. Hope your week started off right. The first 9 packs are going to go to Jason 369. We got 14 cards per pack. And you see right plastered in the front of the pack, collect Tony Gwynn and award winners. Series 2, you can't pull a Gwynn autograph. You can pull an all-star inserts or also all rookies, which back in 92 I was obsessed with the all rookie set. Let's get that into it. The first pack and the first stack. Mikey G also here says, "Hey John, thanks for the break. Here's a few bucks to go towards Pee-wee's spy cam or some pintos and cheese." Mikey, you're the man, dude. Thank you so much for that. I'm glad you were also able to make it. Pee-wee is actually en route back from the neighbor's house. Been over there most of the day. But let's get a clean shot of 92 Ultra. We have Matt Noakes, which when 92 as a kid, didn't like Matt Noakes. I don't really know why. Just kind of had it out for him for some reason. But much nicer photos and everything else, and much more premium looking than the previous bland year of FLEER Ultra. They definitely cleaned up their act, and this was actually the most popular baseball card release of 92, believe it or not. Not 92 Bowman, which is what I would think it would be, but 92 Bowman was not really affordable for everyone. Travis Fryman, we got Black Jack McDowell, who became an Omen so long ago. We have a Mike Mussina, not a rookie. You may see a lot of these rookie tags on here, and to some people, they may demand that those are rookies, but I think all of us realize the Mike Mussina rookies were in 91 releases. Ellis Burks, we have a little bit of stickiness, but I don't see any paper loss, so that's always a good thing. Chili Davis, Jose Canseco now coming forth. Got Kenneth Anderson in the house. But I think whenever we do, releases where the boxes are only like $15 to $30, I'd probably more than likely make them free to participate in. Dave Hollins, another big name from kind of this time frame. McDowell, Billy Hatcher, and there is Tom Glavine to end that pack. And all the years I've done videos on here, I've never opened 92 Ultra. Not sure why. Jerry Manley says it's a rookie. Sent it to me, and I'll get him to sign it. Get him to write directly on it. This is a rookie. We got Floyd fan in the house. Is Foster Carmona, the only player who Paul L. can call a cringe name and fake name. Couldn't be more true. Appreciate that, Floyd fan. Always good to have you here. Ron Darling, Darren Dalton. You have to excuse me. My brain is not functioning fully. I fell asleep on the couch like an hour ago watching Highway to Heaven. And I kind of a busy evening and a bunch of stuff to do. That's why I originally had pushed it up to 6:30. And I'm like, well, I decided to cancel going skating. It's like 90 degrees out. And my buddy actually canceled. So I was like, all right, we'll push it back a little bit just to allow for more people to be here. Juan Gonzalez, Pete O'Brien, looking rather dorky, and John Allrood. So I'm not really fully awake yet. There's Ray Sanchez, rookie. That is actually a true, legitimate rookie, and you can't even really see his face. For you Sanchez enthusiasts, here is a Craig Biggio. It's been a while since I've opened any 92 FLEER Ultra. Very affordable release for anybody. If you want to go insert, hunting, or even chase down a Tony Gwynn auto. Crack a box for pretty cheap. Paul's eating mozzarella sticks. We got Jonathan H. Says one more $5 super chat. The break is paid for. Is that going to be you, Jonathan H? Is all I want to know. Is that going to be you? But overall, I'm excited that these aren't stuck together. I feel like we've seen too much of that here on recent rips. You got Bryn Smith. Drabeck. I feel like it's been a while since I've told the Drabeck drunken bar story, where he called me at 1 o'clock in the morning and was just rambling on about absolutely nothing. Jerome Walton. Got Naughty Baseball. My dad's favorite player when he was younger. Actually, I think for many years. Paul Molitor, Cecil Fielder, Lance Johnson, Cheeto Martinez. Probably a cringy name that you have not heard or said in a very long time. But so far, the collation is not too bad. Haven't really seen any duplicates. Clevens or the Rocket, as Corey, if he still came around, would call that card. Jerry Brown and Joel Johnston, rookie, to end that freaking pack. Jerry Manley says, Fox paid for as the trash can been moved. Jerry Manley, you'll be very excited to know that the trash can is still where it was the first time you pointed it out. It's still on the couch. John H. is nope, $4.99 sucker. Well, thank you very much to both of you for providing tonight's dining straight from Taco Bell. You will not regret that. The trash can's still on the couch. I haven't worked in the basement too much lately, but I always like that big hurt, though. ASMR can removal upcoming. Kurt Manwaringers, Milt Thompson. Jay Bell shows up. So you gotta do a little bit of unsticking, but there's no resistance. Just how some may like it. Pendleton, Willie McGee. Let's see what that... Oh, yeah. Looking rather miserable on the back of that card, as we could have all expected. Steve Sachs is Robin Yount. Scraggly little mullet intact. Sweet Lou Whitaker. Ripken, and there's Brudensky. And Zach back. Paul L. says, is Cherry feeling depressed since Pee Wee has been spending more time with smoking neighbors? Yeah, I mean, I kind of think so. I think a lot of us are kind of excited to get Pee Wee out of our lives for a good portion of the day. He has staggered in, and he is with us now. I couldn't make out a word he just said. And that's kind of why we're excited that he's been spending so much time with the neighbors, like, because he's been kind of obnoxious lately. And he's been very bossy. So Cherry confides a lot in me. Plus, I think she's kind of tired of Pee Wee reeking of cigarette smoke and constantly sitting on her. It's kind of really strained the relationship. So So Jason still up in the first stack. No sign of any Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn's are about 2 per box. About 1 in 13 packs. No sign of any yet. There's Bobby Kelly. Teddy Hugger, as we called him when we were younger. Rob Deere. Also no stranger to scraggly little mullets. We got Trevor Williams in the house. Says, I'm at the St. Cloud Rocks game. Who play in a college or summer league. Good luck with the Rips. I'll watch later. Trevor, thanks for popping in, man. And saying what's up. We appreciate you being here. Chris Hoyles for Corey's PC. Jefferson, Mike McFarland. There's Chuck Knobloch. Henderson, John Crook, Juan Samuel, and Hal Morris, another guy that we absolutely despised as angry little kids. But overall, not too bad of a box so far. We've seen Thomas, Yount, Messina. No sign of any inserts yet. Luis Gonzalez, that's a second-year card. Kevin Elster, there's Ruben Sierra. Randy Tomlin, also a second-year card. If anyone actually gave a crap. Tom Foley, Jeff Brantley. Spanky LaValliere, Thomas Howard. James Reynolds says, did you not collect Garbage Pail Kids, John? You know what? I never had any when I was a kid. I know my brother did, briefly, back in probably like 1986, 87, and it was only brief. Never had any, I don't think. I might have had one, but that would probably be the extent of it. But I think, like, there is a Tony Gwynn, top of the pack. There's no autograph on that one, so don't get too excited. Number 7, but we should see 2 release. So the closest thing I had to Garbage Pail Kids, I have a bunch now that I've gotten in collections. I honestly haven't really even gone through them. I don't know what's even there, but I remember probably right around 1990 to 92, we got Baseball's Greatest Gross Outs. And I think I have like 3 boxes of those. They're not very expensive. I think I bought a few boxes for $5 a piece. But I remember when those came out and we were opening those and thought they were cool, especially because they were like, you know, geared around baseball. And they weren't as morbid as some Garbage Pail Kids were. So that was what I had instead. We got Mel Hall. Unfortunately, there's no poop stain on this one. Sadly, Dante Bichette, Milt Kyler, Craig Rebeck. Yeah, I never opened one of those before. Maybe we will at some point. I didn't know if anyone else even like really knew or what those were or gave a crap. Carlos Quintana is getting that pack. So all kinds of sparkliness in 92 FLEER Ultra with 2 packs left in the first stack. Chicken says, I still collect Garbage Pail Kids. That's pretty awesome though. Like I said, I have a stack of them. I think they're first series, but I don't really know a whole lot about them. I've looked through some of them before, but as far as value and stuff, I don't really know anything about Garbage Pail Kids. We did have Garbage Pail Kids packs for sale in the store. My buddy had a few boxes of them. Barry Larkin, there's Brian Hunter, and Dean Palmer. There's a Griffey. Very nice. Griffey shows up. The backsies are pretty sick, though. I like those. Number 123. And, of course, the Dave Coulier is in every single release that I'm ever going to open. Kelly Gruber doubling for Dave Coulier. How can you tell me that that's not Uncle Joey? That is freaking him. It is a damn conspiracy, and one day we'll get to the bottom of it. Mark Grace, Pete Harnish, David Cohn, Anthony Young, and Dale Murphy. I do like that, the little tag, though. Even though it is an absolute farce, it's a pretty neat idea. Dale Murphy, last pack. The last 14 cards of the first stack. Let's separate them. Doesn't look like we're going to have any inserts in here. Kevin Apier. Aguilera, Harold Baines shows up. Wes Chamberlain, Brett Butler. I feel like they used to use this card to advertise this release. Maybe in Beckett, I'm thinking of. I feel like that was definitely used somewhere along the lines to represent this release. Julio Franco, Harold Reynolds, Dave Steeb shows up. Paul L says, whatever happened to predictability, the milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. Paul L now singing the Full House theme song. There is Sandberg, second year Jeff Bagwell, and Dave Magadan. So we saw a lot of the big names. One Tony Gwynn insert. What else can we find in the next stack? Stack number 2. Yeah, Full House was awesome. I watched Fuller House. I think I forced myself to watch all 5 seasons. Not anywhere near as good as the original. You know, and it really never is. The only time that something has outdone the original is probably Terminator 2. I would say, at least. We got Alton. I don't know if Alton's in here. He might be at work. Hopefully not, because it's super sweaty out. But Alton is next in this rip. And as always, if you're watching this video, feel free to comment after it's over and give me some ideas on boxes to rip moving forward. 369. Alton up next. Next 9 packs are coming to you. See what we can find in here. David Justice, Gino Petralli. I always had a crush on DJ and Topanga. I definitely had a crush on Topanga. I think I might have had a crush on Stephanie maybe when I was a little kid. I can't remember, honestly. Joe Carter, maybe on Aunt Becky, who knows? Dunstan Xavier Hernandez, Vince Coleman. There's Daryl Strawberry. Well, Vince, did you watch 5 seasons of Fuller House? What the hell is wrong with you? That was before I had an All Highway to Heaven channel. So, I mean, I don't know. But Gilberto Reyes. I have not said that name in a while, but I'm sure I've told the story about Gilberto Reyes, my brother, who used to sell hand-drawn baseball cards. It was actually pretty sick back in, like, probably right around 92, 1990 to 92. My brother made his own custom paper cards. And he was always a good artist, but they were called All Draw. And Gilberto Reyes always looked so freaking hideous. My brother actually made a video about it a while back. I don't know what the title was, but he did showcase some of them. I think he still has that pail that I gave him. I kind of want those back because a lot of memories in there. Lee Smith and Steve Bouchel, but he would actually sell me packs that he'd make up of hand-drawn cards. Take money and buy these. I think it was very much, like 5 cents, something like that. But like instead of putting my money towards buying actual cards, I would buy his cards, and he'd probably take that money and buy real cards. So they're cool though. I think he had. I'm pretty sure he had a price guide for them as well at some point out there. Paul says, was it Gilberto Reyes, the one with the exploding eye? Yeah, he had like gigantic bulging eyes. I'm pretty sure he always had acne, and so did Terry Pendleton. And just like veins all through his face. There's Mike Maddox, Todd Sotomayor, Alvaro Espinoza, Sheffield, Scott Livingston, quote unquote rookie. Livingston reminded me of another big YouTuber who had fake cards. Can't remember the name, but it was some weird FLEER Ultra subset. Yeah, these are little. I think some of them did have backs. There were some that were thicker cardstock, almost like FLEER back then. Fisk, Devereaux, but I know they're sweet. I know he did ask me to see them like just years ago so he could make a video about them. I don't think I ever got them back though. We do have an insert card in Alton stack. Looks like we have a Rhino, Mark Gubiza, and there is a Sandberg award winners. I don't really see all these all too often. I think I opened a box of maybe it was a jam pack box a while back or something like that, and pulled one of these big inserts at the 25 cards. I think I pulled a Matt Williams that day, but. Rhino, definitely a good one to find. Mike Pagliarulo looks like he's literally spitting at the crowd. Stewart and Charlie Hayes. Ends that pack. So, we found an insert card. Found one Tony Gwynn. Sick would be to find a freaking Tony Gwynn auto in here. And of course, it would be my luck for the wrong series to find a chase card like that during a break. Terry Steinbach, Mickey Morandini. Did not like him back at this time. I think we thought Mickey Morandini was really cocky, so we kind of chastised him. Second year Pudge, of course it says rookie on it. Jerry Manley will tell you otherwise. Pat Borders, George Bell, Darryl Kyle, also rookies, are in 91 releases, and Tim Burke. Ends that freaking pack. Paul says, is he filming at the mouth like Reggie Williams? I don't think that he was, unfortunately. There's only one person that takes the cake as far as frothing at the mouth, and that's this photo of the 87 Topps Reggie Williams, which we have all come to love and also be creeped out by. And Darryl Kyle also left us too early. There's Willow Throw Clark, as some may call him. So seeing some duplicates now. Bruce Hurst, Jerome Walton, yet again, Pat Kelly, Ozzie Guillen, and Tony Pena ends that pack. Tomorrow night we will be doing a live card sale, and I did pick up a shoebox full of nothing but 60s cards today, and I was pretty freaking blown away by what was in there. So the guy reached out to me via Google and said he had a bunch of, he asked me if I bought 60s football and baseball. So the football stuff, you know, I know the biggest names in there, like Len Dawson and Joe Namath, Jack Kemp, Bart Starr, some guys like that, but I'm not really too familiar with a good bit of those. Like there's a bunch of 67, 68 football. There is Nolan Ryan, but it was all 60s. There's the hideous antics of Zane Smith, literally immortalized forever on the back of this card. That is an awful sight. But he sent me pictures before I went to meet him. I drove about a half hour to meet him, and from what he sent me, it was just a bunch of stacks of what looked to be common cards from the 60s. So I was like, yeah, you know, I don't really see anything too promising there. Bunch of 60s commons, but then he had organized them by team. So as I was going through the stacks, I was like, whoa. And I was surprised. So we'll do a video on that. I was going to do it tonight, but I was like, well, I can't just throw the break off, even though it's 92 FLEER Ultra and it's nothing like crazy. I can't really push that back, so we'll probably do that Thursday night. Kevin Bash shows up for Trevor Williams, Pedro Guerrero, Smiley, Andy Venice. Yes, you know, a lot of calls I get, if, you know, the few that I still get, they're usually 80s and 90s stuff, and then when I tell them, like, yeah, I'm not really that interested, or like, you know, 80s and 90s things, there's really not too much value to it unless you have like a Lemieux rookie or like, you know, some higher end stuff, Henderson's and things of that nature. It's not really worth more than, you know, dollars here and there. There's Chris Sabo. Would have hated that card as a kid, and I definitely did. Wilson Alvarez. So that was pretty sweet. It's not too often that you come across things like that, but I'll be excited to share that with you guys on Thursday. And I still have a couple shoe boxes from like a month ago from the Compulsive Gambler that I bought that I have not yet shown, really slipping through the cracks as the TPI empire crumbles to dust. Hopefully we will put a stop to that here soon and get back into making some videos occasionally. The next pack for Alton. Trying to get caught up on his comments. How about shirtless air guitar battle with a robot, as Joseph C. suggested, as Kevin Moss. Have not seen Robot lately. I have not seen him. He is he's definitely planning something, I feel like. Mike Greenwell, Felix Fermin, another guy I hated when I was a kid. Brett shows up. Kent Home Run Beck, as Eric would have called him, and late extra. All means the shirtless air guitar battle has been moved to the TPI end of summer pool party. We got 3 packs left in the second stack, as we continue to have the time of our lives. But yeah, there's that shoebox. Some pretty freaking sick surprises in there. I was pretty caught off guard by. I did not expect to see some of the cards. And I kind of, ironically enough, I met the guy at Taco Bell. It was an older guy and his wife. Very, very nice people. I talked to him for a good half hour, at least, while I was going through the shoebox inside of Taco Bell. And somehow I didn't eat anything while I was there, which is crazy. There's Johnson, Finley, Doc Gooden, checklist card featuring Ray Sanchez rookie. Why would they make that the checklist that year? That's weird. Both sides, Ray Sanchez. Bob Welch, we got Rock Rains. Here's our second insert. Is it going to be a freaking autograph? Tony Gwynn insert with the gut punch. Not signed. Number 10 of 10. And he looks real pissed about it on the back. So these are about 1 of 13. Maybe we'll see another one. I doubt it. The odds are usually pretty firm. But The second Gwynn has been found in the second stack. Paul said they spread the cards all over the table like the one guy with 90 Donruss. You know what? They didn't do that. He had them all in a shoebox for me, so that was pretty sweet. But the one guy at Burger King literally went in early and spread them all over the table. And I walked into like a 90 Donruss ambush. They were all over the freaking table. I think they were on other tables too. They took over like 4 tables with freaking crap 90 Donruss commons. It was pretty awful. And the guy did have some nice 70s stuff. I will give him that. I don't think I bought any of his junk wax stuff off him because it was just I have so much of that to begin with. I think I did buy like a box of 70s off him at some point. There's Melita Perez for Jonathan H., who hopefully will be lured back in here at the side of that card. Mike Felder. Looking at my cards, make me a Taco Bell. Well, I had originally intended on going there to eat lunch, and then I ended up not doing that at all. I ended up looking at cards instead than driving home and making lunch. It's kind of weird. It's a total paradox to go to Taco Bell and to not eat. It's a cardinal sin. Ozzie Smith. A Bond shows up, and the Crime Dog. Nice combo there. John Smoltz without a stash. Matt Williams is a good pack, though. Hensley Mullins. Paul says, imagine the robots seeing 90 Donruss invading his beloved dining room. So this was a Taco Bell like a half hour away from me. It wasn't the one that he works at. I mean, I wish it was. How sick would that have been? There's Greg Vaughn. Looks like he's running from getting a spanking by his parents. Alan Trammell and Ron Karkovice. 1 pack left. You and Eric should be bananas radio voices. I've had people tell me before. Maybe one day some sort of radio company will offer me a spot somewhere to ramble for a half hour, an hour a day about absolute nonsense. It'd be pretty sick. I would take it. Hint, hint. Jim Eisenreich always had a pulsating jugular vein. I can kind of make it out there. There's Big Mac. Tommy Green. So the final pack for Alton. This free rip. Stan Javier, Billy Doran, Sid Bream, after he betrayed us and went to the Braves. Edgar Martinez, Rance Mullinax, literally afraid of life, scurrying off down the baseline. Greg Mack shows up now into Cedeno, and there is a freaking Todd Hundley, rookies, located in 1990, not 1992, but a big name from this era. Second stack has now been added to the history books for Alton. Put this bulbous stack off to the side. Reach my dirty, grubby little fingers back in this box. And let's count the next 9 packs. We got 3, we got 6, we got 9. And double checking to make sure we didn't get shorted here. Doesn't look like we did. It's happened before. The next 9 packs. This grueling 92 rip. Mikey G. Mikey G, I definitely have, I think I got something I put aside for you last time. I haven't seen anything in a while. With the 94 leaf break that was just an absolute catastrophe that ended up everyone being refunded for. Let's see what we can unveil in the third stack. I'm just thankful these aren't stuck together. You never know with 90s Ultra. Stadium Club in the 90s is very iffy too, but you got like a 50-50 chance basically with the UV coating, which they didn't use on the 91 FLEER Ultra release. Tony Phillips, there's Ozzie Guillen again. Gomez, Pena, Mark Lewis. Mark Lewis. I don't know why I try to put some sort of accent on that. Mark Lewis. From now on, he will be forever known as Mark Lewis. Big Mac, Tommy Green, and Stan Javier, who was no stranger to commendable unibrows, as you can see on the back of that freaking card. Put some respect on that freaking unibrow. And at least the pack wrappers aren't terrible. They're not like trash bag wrappers like late 80s, early 90s score. Mo Vaughn now shows up. Another Chris Sabo. Sax Yount. Sweet Lou. Billy Ripken. I like the back of these, though. don't know why they chose to use that grid there, but they're pretty cool. Baines and West Chamberlain, especially when you look at the back of like 92 Leaf, 92 Tops, they're so bland that you see these are like, oh man, sweet looking. Your name's Sean Dirt Boy. Don't try and spice it up. I'm not sure Mikey G would be after if he were ripping these. Yankees, maybe Donnie Baseball, probably has all of the prominent players from this release. There's a Rhino again. Bagwell shows up. Nolan Ryan. Zane Smith. So always tempted to look at the back of all Zane Smith cards so we can get a second glimpse. All that hideous glory. Yeah, Sheffield. Because Sheffield was worth $1 or $2 back in 92. Sierra Tomlin, Tom Foley. Pagnozzi. And there is the Gary Sheffield. Ripping right through these very quickly. Do we have odds on the back of here? I guess I should have looked at that 20 minutes ago when the break started. Actually, over 20 minutes ago. But looks like limited edition 25 card award winners and 10 card Tony Gwynn subsets randomly inserted in these specially marked packs. Plus, find one of the hand signed Tony Gwynn's. So, wow, these odds are crazy. The odds of finding a Tony Gwynn autograph, $50 value, 1 in 17,000 packs. Holy crap. The odds are stacked very high against you in pulling the Tony Gwynns that you can pretty much buy for $30 and up on eBay. It's pretty crazy. 17,000 packs. That's pretty crazy. Especially because, like, back in 92, these were over $1 a pack. From my memory served me correct. These were, like, probably $1.29. I would say, if I had to guess. Baseball Cardpedia does not have it listed on there. I don't know what's gotten into them. There's Mel Hall. Fecalist Mel Hall. Dante Bichette. Dwight Evans. Looks like he's having the time of his life while he's striking out. Brent Maine. Another guy I think I was pumped on. Probably around this time. Maureen Dini and Mike Scioscia. So you're saying there's a chance. 1 in 17,000. Could be in this box. Seems like we've already kind of gotten past that, pulling 2 Gwynn inserts, but who knows? Will definitely be a nice surprise to tickle every last one of our fancies. There is Maddox. Sandy Alomar Jr. checklist now shows up. Something stuck to the back of him. Boy, this is all the enough. We have a better chance of seeing the Tony Gwynn auto before seeing the G.I. Joe video. G.I. Joe video has production has come to a standstill yet again. 3 packs remain in this brickless ultra rip, or some people may call this an old YouTuber who hopefully makes a comeback someday. These are 92 Ultra FLEER. He would call them Ultra FLEER, and the difference between him and I is he would sell stacks in this box now, and he did back then for 25 bucks a piece. Total value of the box equaling $100 in his perspective. For me, we were giving them away, but that was an old YouTuber, Ultra FLEER. There's Nolan Ryan once again. He would open junk wax air boxes, charge $25 a stack, and then take shots at myself and my brother. The world misses him and his terminology. Ultra FLEER. You can't beat it. There's Chris Sabo yet again. We look at the back of that one. Very menacing look from Sabo on the back there. Jesse Barfield. Same pack as there is Jody Reed flopping around. Jim Tomei. Now, some people might call us a rookie card. I would detest that because we know Tomei rookies are in 91 releases. First FLEER Ultra. I feel like there's definitely a difference between first card and rookie. So, like, it's been established before. Tomei obviously has releases in 91. He doesn't have a 91 FLEER Ultra card, though. Puckett shows up. Todd Van Poppel, second year, but a hot one back then. Terry Mulholland. Last freaking pack. We got a big unit on the back. Paul says, wouldn't that dude start the live stream and sit and wait for people to buy spots? He most definitely would. And if somebody else was live, he would sit there and he would make angry comments about that person. Well, I guess no one's coming here because this freaking asshole is live right now. It was pretty ridiculous. And he would try to just taunt people into buying stacks. I remember like 92 Upper Deck was like $25 a stack. I think he did 91 FLEER for like $25 a stack or close to it. Like, that's $100 for a box that you can go and buy for 10 at a flea market or probably 20 on eBay. It was pretty ridiculous. But that is the character that would call these Ultra FLEER. So you know that he didn't collect back in the 90s to begin with. I just thought that was pretty funny. Ultra FLEER. Charlie Hayes, Ramon Martinez, Chris Hammond, Gant, Terry Matthews, and Johnson. Ends that pack. Yeah, you used to see that a lot on YouTube where people would sit there and they would, okay, well, we're going to wait for some people to get in here. And I'm sure people still do it. I feel like everyone leaves, or a lot of people leave because, like, you're going to punish them, make them sit there and wait for more people to show up. The last 9 packs are going to... Who is it going to be? I think I forgot already. Ultra FLEER Ultra, Nick West. Nick West in the hot seat for the last 9. 3, 6, 9. Just going to make sure that Ultra FLEER didn't short us. He'd probably say Tatis too. He probably would. He'd probably say, what name did I mess up earlier? Mark Luis? Who was it? I can't remember. All right, some stickiness and funny business happening in the last stack, but no paper loss. Paul Epson would rather pull a Rob Van Winkle instead of a Todd Van Poppel. There's Manuel Lee, Les Lancaster, Gooden. There is Ray Sanchez yet again on a checklist card. Some people would probably force you to sit there and listen to them read, or listen to you read every single name. Not really sure where that trend, fad, if you would call it that, came from. There's Rock Reigns, Darren Lewis, Jose Aquendo. I still don't like him at all. Jose Lean was my favorite player for the first few years of collecting. And let us all down. Terribly in the end. There's Bonds. Very angry face from Bonds on the back of there. But fun release, though. Honestly, a box of these back in 92 would cost you more than it would right now. There's Mark Lemke, there's Librarian Glasses. Pudge Rodriguez, yet again, Jay Buhner. There's Pat Borders. We got George Bell, Darryl Kyle, non-rookie. Tim Burke. Was this box blessed by Zane Christ? Kurt Schilling shows up. I think it's the first time seeing that one. Terry Shumpert. I feel like when I was a kid, I always thought that was like a fake name. Melito Perez, and some more duplicates. Ozzie Smith shows up, and there's Bonds. Swinging for the fences, like always. Craig Jesus ditch to 0 and get with the hero. Yeah, so tomorrow night we'll do another live sale from around 8 o'clock. Everything's starting at $1. And Thursday we will go through the shoebox collection of vintage. Maybe Friday or something we'll go through that compulsive gambler collection full of Jordans and stuff like that. There's a Gwynn base. I don't know if you've seen that one yet. Louis Polonia. Trevor Wilson looking very sadistic in that photo. JC says sealed wax. Do you want sealed wax? Like, what do you want exactly? I definitely do have some. I'm trying to think if I have too much 91 Bowman boxes. Like, I have 10 of them. Do I really need that many? I do have some other ones as well, like 89 FLEER, Cello, 89 Donruss. Those are the ones that I have like more than one of. But maybe we'll throw out some random sealed wax. There's Donnie Baseball. Paul Molitor shows up. Chito Martinez yet again. Clemens. So we're probably not going to see anything we haven't seen already in this last stack, but you never know. Whoa, look at that. Our winner's card. It's going to be Jack Morris. So before we found the last card of the set, now we see the first one. And also a fake Jim Thome rookie. Or as some people might have called them back when they were kids, called him Jim Thome. Mobon. I didn't notice before the Mobon rookie on here. The Mobon's real rookie cards, or first cards, are in 1990 releases. Chris Sabo, yet again, we've seen that damn card too much now. It's like the third or fourth time it's really taking a toll on me. Jim Tomei, Brian McRae, and the second, and probably last, award winner's card, Jack freaking Morris. First card of the set. Neat cards, though. I like them. Paul says, move on for Joseph C. Did I used to say that? CD cards, I love this set. I have a signed Musina. That's pretty sick. Push Butts says, it ain't easy being cheesy. I love that quote from Cheetos from the 90s. And I feel like now we should adopt a more modern day version of that for TPIA, like something like, it ain't easy being sleazy. Maybe I should put that on a shirt. Be pretty sick. There's Paul O'Neill for Mikey G. First time seeing that one. Jeff Russell. Greg Briley. Robert Dalmar shows up. Paul Ossenmacher. And we have a Nolan Ryan checklist now coming forth. Greg Vaughn. Paul Gregg is a superior Vaughn. That's very true. It is Greg Vaughn. But sometimes even the director of records might have Freudian slips here and there. Thomas shows up yet again. Manwaring and Milt Thompson. Ends that back. We have the final four. And then we are out of here. We should have some bigger names in here. I think Fred McGriff was a precursor for somebody else. Smoltz. There were three of them in a row. McGriff was the last one. And then there's a Chuck Finley and then a Smoltz. Ain't easy being queasy after Taco Bell. May have to hit up Taco Bell a little later. Matt Williams. He's swinging through the TB drive-thru at 1 a.m. tonight. Greg Vaughn yet again. And Alan Trammell. Karkovice. Milligan. Jack Clark. There's Albert Bell. I think it's the first time we're seeing that in here. Mike Boddicker. What am I doing after this? I'm actually going to meet up with somebody after I'm done with this. And that's probably the rest of my night, I would imagine. And look at that. Greg Maddox, award winners, now shows up. So that's pretty sick to find that one in the same stack. What the hell? I thought he was wearing a scarf at first. Looking super dorky. And Scott Erickson. But that's definitely a nice one there. 2 award winners in the same stack. 3 packs left. Ain't funky unless your wax is junky. I like that. The Walmart maintenance guy. And I haven't seen him in a while. I don't know what happened to him. But maybe they removed him in order to eliminate any kind of further animosity from me. Say off from Barry Larkin. There's Brian Hunter, Dean Palmer, and there's another Griffey. Very nice. Dave Coulier swinging his freaking way into all of our hearts via 80s and 90s TV sitcoms. And Alanis Morissette really did not like him. David Cohn. We got Anthony Young, Murphy, Martinez, and Clark. 2 packs left. Cut it out. The final 2. We have a Puckett on top. Paul L. now seeing Boy Meets World. And Paul L., I feel ashamed of myself because I have not been true to all of you guys, and most importantly, not to the levitating Mike Walkton, who is back in all his glory, floating eternally in this soon-to-be snow globe. All right, last 2 packs. Paul L's pumped on the Walkton sighting. Yeah, hopefully the sound quality isn't as bad anymore. I am officially back in the original TPIA studios. Surrounded by junk, as should be expected. What a tease. There's Jay Bell, Benito Santiago. Last pack mojo Greg is calling for. Terry Pendleton, the other guy that was always covered in acne and warts and who knows what else on the early 90s All Draw release. CT Cards, thanks, man. I appreciate you saying so and for being here. Steve Sachs, eager to have himself a good cry and get that bat out of the way. Yount, Whitaker, Billy Ripken yet again. So same collation. Of course, that's to be expected with anything from this era. But a nice release overall. A nice, cheap release. If you have, you know, a relative or a sibling that you used to open cards with, you can grab box these for 20 or 30 bucks. Relive the glory days. Not really many funny photos in here outside of Zane Smith, but maybe pull a Tony Gwynn autograph. Paul Austin-Macher, Al Osuna. Checklist card of Nolan Ryan. Final card, Dave Valley, is going to end that freaking box. So 3 award winners cards, Sandberg, Morris, and Maddox. And 2 Tony Gwynns. Basically will be what you see if you decide to roll a dice and buy yourself a box of 92 FLEER Ultra Series 1. Maybe someday we'll come back and we'll do Series 2, but again, there's no Tony Gwynn chance in Series 2, so that's why I went with this release. But as always, leave me comments down below of, you know, even junk wax era releases that I have not opened on here. I don't think we've ever opened 91 Studio, 91 Stadium Club. There's lots of releases we have not yet got to that will probably be free rips in the future here sometime soon, but I may open a more higher end box next time. I've not decided, but keep an eye out for what's to come, and especially tomorrow night's live card sale beginning at approximately 8:30, and then Thursday night we'll go through the shoebox. Probably, don't hold me to that, but we'll have the time of our lives at some point here very freaking soon. Thank you guys all for being here. You guys freaking rule. I will see you back tomorrow night.